Good morning, crypto Twitter, it's missing crypto, spreading crypto, adoption showing its benefits. To my generation, shout out to all my people, Jesse needs to be included, it's really that simple. We are savage, amazed, boss SD, making money at the same time, spread peace. I feel empty if you don't include Gen Z, about to change the world, so y'all better get ready. Missing crypto, I'm never backing down, I got a wax account, you should check it out. So many NFTs, I think I lost count, and I'm only getting started. Yeah, I'm barely off the ground. Listing crypto, you cannot stop me. My hands are making diamonds, your hands fall like origami. Never be the boss of me. Bitcoin's all I need. When I say I'm sassy, that's just me talking honestly. Crypto and yum farm marketplace. I wanna see the more we gotta go through cyberspace. Leave this world without a trace. Save a for a different day, 'cause we partners in the cryptos didn't stay.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Miss Teen Crypto Show. I hope you guys are feeling really good today, feeling the zest. I feel the zest. It's in the air. It's everywhere. And I hope you guys are like chilling. Welcome to the show. If you guys are new to the channel, what up? My name is Miss Teen Crypto. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and share this stream out with friends because today's show is going to be absolutely awesome. I feel it already and it didn't even happen. Before we jump into the stream, as always, I want to thank three amazing sponsors of the Miss Teen Crypto Show. First being Wax Blockchain, as always, killing the game. Guys, I don't know about you guys, I've been seeing a lot of blockchain issues, and a lot of them scream Wax. Not down, cheap, no gas fees. Next, if you guys want to buy some NFTs on the Wax Blockchain, neftyblocks.com, the second sponsor of the Miss Teen Crypto Show. Great spot, trading, earning, all of it. Find out what that means on neftyblocks.com. Thirdly, we have Ballet Wallet. So guys, Ballet is absolutely awesome. Much love to the Ballet team. Guys, during the show, our Zesty guest is gonna give us a keyword, a Zesty word of their choosing, and you guys will enter this into the chat in order to win a Ballet Wallet. So if you win, send me a DM on Twitter with your email and I'll hook you guys up. Now, thank you guys for coming. I see so many of you guys in the chat. Please smash a like, share out this stream because it's going to be absolutely awesome. I see we have 6 likes. I'm going to drop an NFT right now. If we get 15 likes, I'll drop another one. So let's jump into today's Zesty guest because I'm super duper excited. Ben Askren, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
You are such a Zesty person, and I know you weren't really sure of what Zesty meant before coming on this show, but now you do. It's the energy. It's something that's so amazing that no other word can describe it but Zesty, and that's what you are, my friend. You are absolutely awesome, and I'm really excited to learn more about you because you're so big in like, you know, the fighting world, like, you know, pew pew, and you're actually big in the crypto world too, which is absolutely awesome that you really took on the whole crypto world and took the time to learn about it. But what were you like, you know, as a teenager? What was like teenage Ben up to? What were you doing? Were you in wrestling yet? Were you fighting yet?
Yeah, no, I was not fighting. I was wrestling. Probably at like 8th grade, I decided what I wanted to do was be a wrestler.
Wow.
You know, really high. Well, so I was like competing in a lot of sports growing up. I was chainsawing actually earlier. That was a wood chip on my shirt. I hadn't looked at the picture yet. I love chainsawing now, but I did not chainsaw when I was a teenager. So yeah, I played all sports growing up. 8th grade, I decided what I really want to do is be good at wrestling. And so kind of my high school career was focused on being the best I could be. Achieved a pretty high level of success, earned a scholarship at the University of Missouri. Went there, won 2 national titles and 2 Hodge trophies for the best college wrestler. The year after that, I made the Olympic team. And then the year after that, I decided I want to fight professionally. So I started fighting professionally in 2009. I retired for the first time in 2017 at 18-0. It's a very long story, but I just had Dana White had kept me from having an opportunity in the UFC, and so I unretired when I got the opportunity to be traded to the UFC in 2019. So I unretired. Then I retired again later that year to have I had a new hip. So yeah, there's my life in a nutshell.
Wow.
I got in crypto in August of 2017 is when I started into crypto.
Wow, so you were super early in kind of everything. So in eighth
Yeah.
grade, you already knew what you wanted to do. You weren't really like
Yeah.
interested in anything else. You were kind of like, all right, wrestling, that's it. How did you get into wrestling? Did you see someone wrestle and it's something you were like, oh, I feel like I can do that too? Or was it something you
Yeah.
signed up for? What was the story there?
I think I played all the sports when I was a kid. You know, like I don't know when I was a kid. Now I'm older than you, right? There wasn't quite as many options, and there wasn't the option. So like our wrestling academy, my brother and I owned, for example, you could wrestle year round if you want. Probably from the age of 10 is when we would start letting someone do that. But you know, when I was a kid, kind of everyone just did like sports seasonally, right? You played soccer in the spring, you played baseball in the summer, you played football in the fall, and then in winter you basketball or wrestling, or obviously in the northern area, some guys play hockey, right?
Yeah.
So you know, and in fifth grade, I decided I wanted to take wrestling a little more seriously. I liked it, I enjoyed it, I wanted to do more of it, so I quit baseball, and then I actually played freshman football, and that was the last other sport I played. And then after that, it was just all wrestling all the time. Yes, I knew what I wanted to do, and I've actually found out. I mean, this is pertinent to you, but I've found the people who can be the most successful in life are the ones who can decide early on what they want to do, and then kind of focus their energy towards that, rather than, you know, some people they don't figure out what they want to do till they're 35, right? Or some people never figure out what they want to do, and then obviously to put your energy to something really early on in life, it can be hugely beneficial.
Absolutely. And especially because you had the drive for it, right? You were just
Yes.
like, oh, okay, you know, wrestling, I'm good at it, I'm passionate, I want to continue with it. And so did you play on like, how does that work? Are there like wrestling leagues? Did you play for your schools? And
Yeah.
was there a league? Is there like a league for that?
This is hilarious. No, well, so yeah, so when I was a kid, it was pretty much just your school programs or whatever. Even all the way into high school, there were zero clubs that were year round in my area, and I don't know if there were anywhere. And you know, so that was when my brother and I opened Askren Wrestling Academy in 2011. That we were the first club to go year round, because Max and I both wanted to wrestle year round, and we didn't have the opportunity. So we had some mats in our basement, so it was just like finding partners. You know, finding other kids who want to wrestle, inviting them to come over and work out, and yeah, so it was kind of had to scrap it together and figure it out. And there wasn't as many opportunities as there is now.
And out of college, so you went to University of Missouri, you said, right?
Yeah.
What was did you have like a major you were focusing on at the time? Did you ever
No.
say like, was there a backup plan for you, or it was just like you knew like I had to make like that work?
There was, yeah, I wanted to be I thought I was gonna be the head wrestling coach at Missouri. And I started fighting, so it just didn't work out. I still like the guys. We actually have 5 wrestlers from Askren Wrestling Academy at the University of Missouri right now. We just had one of our wrestlers won a national title for them last year. So still a close relationship there, but no, I did geography because I semi-enjoyed it, and it was gonna be really easy, and it was not gonna interfere with any of my mental energy that I wanted to expend towards wrestling.
Yeah, it was just kind of like your major just to like get by and like do
Yeah.
school just so you could wrestle. And what is it like to graduate, and what were your next steps after that? How do you continue professionally with something like this?
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, if I could go back, I probably would have taken some business classes because, you know, as a entrepreneur now, we learned, my brother and I, neither one of us took any business classes. We did a whole bunch of dumb shit when we were starting our wrestling academies. And, you know, you had to learn, when you do it yourself, you got to learn the hard way. And if it's, hey, you lose $50,000 because you did something stupid, you lose $50,000. And
Exactly.
so, and you know, it's not like $50,000 at one time, but it's like over the course of a couple of years, and you realize, wait, why am I doing it that way? And then you start adding up like how much money you lost because you've been doing whatever you're doing in a stupid manner, you know. And yeah, so I wish I would have taken some business classes. No, like I said, I thought I was gonna be the head wrestling coach at Mizzou. I knew post collegiately I wanted to wrestle, you know, continue to try out and wrestle for the Olympics or the world teams. Fighting actually wasn't really a thing. Like when I went to college in 2002. So you probably, I don't know if you were even born yet.
2003, so close.
So you were not born. But fighting, like the UFC, so history lesson on the UFC. UFC had their first fight in 1993. It gained some popularity in the mid 90s. And then for a while, everyone was banning it. It kind of went dark. And so like when I went to college in 2002, like being a fighter wasn't something people could do. It wasn't a career option, and it's still a shitty career option, but it wasn't even an option at that point. But by the time I graduated in 2007, fighting was starting to gain a lot of popularity. I'd seen a lot of people who had wrestled either with me or at the same time as me starting to have a lot of success, and I was kind of always drawn to fighting. So when I graduated, it was like, okay, let me, the Olympics is 18 months away essentially from when I finished my college wrestling career. Let me try to see what I can do in the Olympics. And then after that, I will make a decision on whether I want to fight or keep wrestling. And if there was economics in wrestling that there is now, 15 years later, I probably never would have quit wrestling, because the top wrestlers now are making, they ain't getting rich, but they're making a nice, solid living. But back when I was doing it, it was like you had to live at poverty level if you want to be a wrestler. So I thought, F it, I don't want to be poverty level forever. I'm going to go fight. So 2009, I started my fighting career. By 2010, I was the Bellator champion. So I retained my Bellator belt for 3.5 years. I finished my contract with Bellator in 2013. Then I had the contract issues with UFC and Dana. And so end of 2013, I signed with the organization called One Fighting Championship out of Asia. And then I fought my next 4 years in Asia until I retired.
Wow, you were in Asia for a while? Where?
Well, I didn't actually live there. I would go there to fight, but I would spend roughly 2 weeks there every time. One championship's based out of Singapore. They're awesome. I had a great time traveling Asia, seeing a lot of things, and it was a really good life experience. And actually, that was in Shanghai, 2017 August. One of my buddies was the one that introduced me to Bitcoin. One of my college friends ended up getting a job in Australia. He has since moved back when they did the draconian crackdowns last year in Australia. But he came to my Shanghai fight in, like I said, August of 2017 and told me about Bitcoin. And right away, it was obvious that this was the thing for me. And I had actually red pilled him about other things many years before that, and then he orange pilled me back. So that was a great trade-off. But being in Asia, I guess two of the things that also made me recognize that crypto was going to be such a big thing is, number one, remittance payments. So when you live in Singapore, you think about a lot of Mexicans immigrate to the United States for better job opportunities, and the standard of living difference is significant. But when you go to Singapore is an amazing country, has a very high standard of living. And then, some of the surrounding countries to that, the gap in living standards from, say, in Indonesia or Philippines to Singapore is many multiples of what it is from Mexico to America. And so, every Sunday, I spent a couple weeks there. I probably spent, like 20 weeks there over the course of a few years. Every Sunday you see like all these people gathered in certain places, and the first couple of times, like, what are all those people doing over there, and I finally asked someone, and they said it was a bunch of migrant laborers, and they go there and they send money home, right? And it goes via Western Union, and they take egregious fees, and it takes forever. And so my buddy's like, hey, Bitcoin, crypto can solve this. I'm like, oh, duh, right? And then the other problem that it was obvious in Southeast Asia is the unbanked, right? In America, we don't think about people being unbanked, but there, not in Singapore, obviously, but in other places that traveled, it was like to find like ATM or other things was like, I don't say impossible, it was difficult, right?
It's scarce.
It's scarce. Yeah, you had to have cash on hand to get done what you wanted to get done. And so those two things, just being combined with kind of like, I was always a Ron Paul guy, and the Fed's corrupt, and they are. Those couple things along with that kind of just led me, the first time my buddy told me Bitcoin, I'm like, oh my God, that exists? Like, how did I not know about this earlier?
I mean, you were still early. Even like back then, you had to be like, oh, so late. But you were still incredibly early looking back at it now. And you saw it firsthand, like, oh, okay, so now you already saw two great use cases for Bitcoin. And that borderless part is absolutely insane, because people were just like crowded outside trying to get into a Western Union to send money home. Was that? And this was like a daily occurrence?
No, it was like I believe it was. I hope I'm not wrong. I think it was like Sunday mornings. Like it was one day a week, and they would send money and they would send like packages home.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that made me realize like there was actually I actually bought into a bunch of the ICOs in 2017 that went to zero, and one of them, who I think this one actually has not went to zero, but I did trade out of it a while ago. Let me see. Oh My's Go, I believe. Yep, they still exist, and I think that was one of their use cases was remittance payments, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, especially coming into Bitcoin in 2017, and you first heard about it, and you kind of understood the gist, and you were like, okay, like we need this borderless payments, we need to like help the unbanked. What was it like buying Bitcoin in 2017 when you were telling other people about it?
Yeah, I think the first thing for me was, I saw those two use cases, and just the Ron Paul stuff is that this is money that the government doesn't control. This is
exactly
your money, right? It's fair, and that's something now that I had the Funky Crypto podcast with John Kim. We might be making a comeback. You never know, but now we've got to interview so many really intelligent people, and it's kind of further reinforced everything that I already thought about Bitcoin. It's the most fair money that's ever been created, right? Pretty much in the last couple hundred years, all monies have been government controlled, and most people don't realize. And again, because we're in America and we actually have a relatively stable currency-ish, so they don't realize the problems that other people experience. But I mean, the average length of a fiat currency is 27 years, and when you think about that, it's insane. And then I think it was Safety and was posting yesterday, and I almost didn't believe it when I read it. Damn it, was it Venezuela or Argentina? I don't recall which one. One of the two. Since 1944 has averaged 192% inflation per year.
Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure it was Argentina.
I was gonna say that kind of. Wait, hold on. Argentina inflation.
But it was safe. But I mean, like 144% per year. So a lot of Americans don't understand what other people all over the world have been dealing with government
Absolutely.
currencies. And so when you think about that, Bitcoin just makes so much sense.
It is kind of scary talking about inflation as well, because we've been getting hit with that.
Inflation rate in Argentina averaged 191.73% from 1944 until 2022, reaching an all-time high of 20,000% in 1990. Oh my goodness, like holy shit.
How, like, it's just not sustainable. These people are starving, and once they get paid, their money's worthless pretty much the next day. So Bitcoin is fixing so much. And I love how you were talking about how this is money that the government cannot take from you, that nobody can take from you. It's absolutely incredible. Self-custody is so important. What do you tell people like when they're first coming into crypto and they kind of like don't know what it is, they don't understand the part about being their own bank? How is this something you introduce to them? How do you introduce this concept?
Well, I think a lot of people aren't really ready for it yet, because honestly, because the dollar has been so good, and because they don't have the problems that a lot of other countries have. And so it's one of those things where I've realized, and probably with other things also, you can't force things down people's throats if they are willing to hear them. So usually I'll just say like one provocative thing, and then if someone wants to engage in the conversation, I'll engage in the conversation. And if they're like, some people just want to watch their fucking sitcoms and drink Diet Coke.
Exactly.
Can I say the F word? I'm sorry if I can't say it.
No, you're okay. You're okay. Okay. And especially like you were continuing your career around this time, right? Mm-hmm. When you found Bitcoin, how did you ever feel like you wanted to get paid in crypto? Was that something you ever thought of? Or
well, I have for a few things. But no, I actually don't understand the get paid in crypto thing. No? Well, here's why I don't understand it. It's like if you want crypto, just buy crypto. Who cares if it comes in the form of say I get $2,000, right? Who cares if it comes in the form of Bitcoin or if it comes in the form of $1? Now, maybe if you were highly undisciplined and you could never take that step to actually go purchase the Bitcoin, then maybe someone giving you Bitcoin would be a good thing. But it's like, I don't know, I plan out my finances and I know what I want to do. And if I have the money to buy Bitcoin, honestly, like in a few instances, it sucked because, obviously when you receive the Bitcoin, you pay taxes on earned income tax on it. And so you say you stockpiled, we'll say $20,000. Well, you pay tax on $20,000. So you're paying, say, $7,000 tax or so. And you've not cashed out any of the Bitcoin. And so you're not like, you didn't earn 20, you're -7 actually, right? In your bank account.
I mean, you actually, like someone said in the chat, you save on trading fees. So like, a lot of these,
That's
like
fair.
it's like a self-discipline as well, because like, let's say like I get paid that $2,000 a week and I'm just not gonna like, I don't want to have to go through the hassle of pressing buttons and all that. Like you could divvy it up, like say, 20% Bitcoin gets sent to my wallet. I don't have to go through the exchange. I don't have to go through all these fees. It's like effortlessly dollar cost averaging is like the best way to look at it. It's just like, again, it's just easy. A lot of people just don't want to go and buy, like actually doing that is work. So this is like hands off, you get paid, the money's going to get to your bank, the crypto's going to get to your wallet, kind of like that vibe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. I just, for me, I don't see the necessity for myself. And then I don't see the excitement. Like, I don't see what's so exciting about it. Like, if you want the damn Bitcoin, get your dollars and buy Bitcoin. That's just as good of a solution. Sure, you're going to save a percent or a couple percent on trading fees, but I just don't see the huge excitement. It doesn't seem like a game changer to me.
I see what you're talking about. It does help people. I see why people do it. I mean, listen, if I was able to get paid in crypto and like divvy up my check without having to think about it, as a teenager, I don't want to do all the math. It would work out. But but I know you're well thought out. You actually think about your finances and things like that. In 2017, did you even see Bitcoin and cryptocurrency adoption that like happened this fast? Did you expect to see whole countries using Bitcoin as currency?
I don't know. I don't think that was a narrative in 2017 that there'd be country adoption or nation state adoption. I don't believe that was a narrative. I think people were talking about institutional adoption, which we haven't really fully seen, from a few people we've obviously seen it, but not kind of across the board. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I thought I was just going to make a whole bunch of money. I was, I knew it was a more fair source of money. I probably didn't quite think that deeply. I think it does take a bear market to go through to like really add to your conviction, because I have sold a few things, but I've never ever sold any Bitcoin. So maybe that's another reason why I don't wouldn't want to get paid in Bitcoin, because I never ever plan on selling it. So if I only got paid in Bitcoin, I would just have no money, because I refuse to sell my Bitcoin. So I've never sold any Bitcoin. But yeah, I think the bear market further solidifies your thoughts, because at that point it's like, all right, well, this freaking sucks. I lost money on that, because obviously I kind of bought all the way up. I don't think I bought anything at 20,000 in 2017, but I think the low I bought at was somewhere in the 3s, and the high I bought at was somewhere like 14 or something like that, And so then obviously when it goes down to, I think we spent a prolonged period between $3,000 and $5,000 in that bear market. So when you go to that bear market and you're kind of down money, you think a lot about it. Is this something I really believe in? Is this something I have conviction in? Is this something I think should change the world? Or was I really just in this to make some money? And for me, I think the answers have all came back. Like, I think this is something that's going to be here for a really long time. I think it is a better solution. I think it's a better money. I am freaking all in. I'm not selling.
Not selling. Guys, you heard it here. Ben Askren has diamond hands.
Yeah, if you couldn't get me to sell when it's 3,000, I don't think you're gonna get me to sell when it's 30, whatever.
Yeah, what was that like going through your first like bull bear experience? You saw that huge run up with Bitcoin, you saw it come down, you kind of got humbled for a little while, and you stuck with it. What like how was that experience for you? Did you have a point during that time where you're like, okay, like maybe this wasn't a good decision, I should probably like exit?
I don't remember ever thinking about exiting. I think I just kept reading books, and I saw those use cases right away. I was kind of a Ron Paul guy. Obviously he was the dollar's crap by gold, and now obviously gold's kind of crap. Sucky Peter Schiff. And so yeah, I don't ever remember a point. I mean, I remember thinking like this sucks. But I don't ever remember a point where I was like, this is not the thing. I'm out of here. That never happened for me. And then so me and John started the Funky Crypto podcast. I want to say we talked about, it was actually the Litecoin convention. It was October of 2019, which, Bitcoin probably wasn't worth very much around that time.
No.
And, yeah, but it was like, hey, and then obviously the more and more highly intelligent people we got to interview, the deeper my conviction became. And now kind of one of the ways I see it is like people who are arguing against Bitcoin, there's not very many intelligent arguments left. There really isn't. When you see someone arguing against Bitcoin, generally, if you've been in a space for a while, you can be like, that person is either uneducated, they're misinformed, or they just have a freaking stupid narrative they want to push that's totally incorrect. So yeah.
Yeah, I really agree with that. There's so much fun out there that even when I first started talking about Bitcoin in high school, it was like 2020, and people thought I was actually insane. So it's people are like, oh, it's a Ponzi. Even a teacher came up to me, Ben. I want your reaction. A teacher came up to me. I went back to my high school to teach kids about Bitcoin, right, in investing class, and a teacher told me that Bitcoin was going to kill the economy.
I don't even know how to respond. That's so stupid. I
didn't know how to respond to that either.
Yeah. I don't know what their argument would be there.
That's what I'm saying. He just walked away from me. He just said the statement and walked away. And I was like, I wonder if he's done any research since I left the school. Because a lot of
most of them have not.
Exactly. And a lot of them have, because you'll notice, like, people like, have you ever had people doubt your convictions in Bitcoin, especially you being here in 2017? And I know you've had like sponsorships for your fights from different projects and things like that. Has anybody ever told you that like this was a scam that you shouldn't be involved in? How did you react to these people? Like, what were your responses? Because I know you're a very composed and educated person.
Yeah, I try to be unemotional about it. And obviously, especially in the beginning, it's like, if I get to talk to some smart people, I want to know what their opinion is. And, then once you've been in here for a while, you can generally guess what people are going to say. The government's going to ban it, right? That's a really common one. What's it backed by? That's a really common one. So, you can kind of anticipate at this point what they're going to say. And actually, one of the things that I have found out is the more classically educated, because I've been talking to some really smart people, the harder they push back, the more they're really certain that the government can ban it somehow, or that just there's someone's going to find a way to kind of take it down. And it's like, and then you ask them, well, how are they going to take it down? How can the government actually ban it? And when you start asking these questions, that they have it, you can tell, right? Because Bitcoin and money can't be at the forefront of everyone's thought processes all the time, right? Most really highly successful people they're running a business or they have things going on in their life, but you can tell if they actually sat down and thought about it for a while and they took time to understand, like, well, the government can't actually it's actually impossible to confiscate. It's the first property that human beings have ever been able to own that's non-confiscatable. Like, literally, you can't take it. And they say, how is that possible? I said, well, because if you want to, you could smash the device. I have something memorized, and when I get to a place of safety and I have my words memorized, I'm just going to buy a new device and I upload my wallet onto the device, and boom, there you go. And they and then they don't know what to say, right? And they're like, but gold has been confiscated. You actually had Charlie Lee on our podcast talk about his dad had to sneak out of China with gold bars taped to his body because that was his only wealth. Wow. Land and houses have been confiscated. Bank accounts have been confiscated. We just saw that in the last few months. But Bitcoin cannot be confiscated, and people have a hard time wrapping their heads around that one.
Definitely. I mean, we've been seeing a massive amount of use cases for Bitcoin, and whether that be if you were associated with an event, or they thought you were associated with an event, your bank account would be shut down, or if you, God forbid, have to flee your country, then what can you carry on you?
Yeah.
Like Charlie Lee's dad was lucky he was able to smuggle in gold. Like, sheesh, man, you wouldn't be able to do that now.
Yes, you would not.
Like, you're lucky if you could carry a piece of paper. That piece of paper better be your private keys, and like in a different order, so I don't know which order it is to get in. Like, that's another thing. Like, that's insane. Absolutely insane. You need something that you can carry with you. Gold is too heavy, my friends. We need Bitcoin. We need Bitcoin. We're at a nice point in the show too, guys. We're getting zesty in the chat. Bunch of friends in there. Nice seeing you. Ben, do you mind picking a word for people to type into the chat so they could enter to win a Zesty Ballet wallet?
Me? I get to pick a word?
Yeah.
Oh man. How about bloodbath? Because that's what I just looked at the Nasdaq average, and it's down almost another 4 points today.
Okay.
So let's say bloodbath.
Okay, guys, enter bloodbath in the chat, and you will be entered to win a Zesty Ballet wallet. Okay, type bloodbath. Yeah.
Dude, this is brutal.
When there's blood in the streets, buy more Bitcoin, my friends. Of course, not financial advice. How do you feel about the current state of the market now? You've been through 2017. You've seen a lot of, crazy swings in Bitcoin. Of course, this isn't like as crazy of a swing, but it is kind of a big one. How do you feel?
It's a big one.
It is quite the big one.
It sucks. I try not to think about it. I'm not fucking selling. So when it goes like this, I just try not to think about it for a while, and I'm sure, right? I lasted through the bear market of 2018 and 2019, where Bitcoin was. I don't remember exactly how long it spent down there, but it definitely spent some time between $3,000 and $5,000. I wish I actually would have accumulated more. I don't know. I thought I had some, but and now obviously looking back, you think about more. I did buy a bunch when we had the crash. Was like the day after Corona. Do you remember it dropped like by half? And the next day I was like, oh my God, why? I need to buy more. I haven't bought more. I should buy more. So then I went and bought more. So when it goes this low, I just try not to think about it. Obviously, everything is getting killed, right? Not just crypto at this point. Like I said, the Nasdaq is down. I'm just like 27% over the last 6 months.
Yikes.
The Dow is down gigantic. Also, I don't think it's down that big, but the financial markets are not doing really well.
Yeah, and do you feel that this, do you have that feeling like you did when, Corona first came about, and even in 2017 where you snatched more Bitcoin? Or do you feel like you're going to snatch more now, or you're just going to, wait this one out? Because, the funny thing is, Ben, is that even though you went through, the whole, you went up to 20K, back down to, the 3 area, you still are in profit from that moment, even with these crazy swings, even at, this level of, let's say, low 30s, you're still technically in profit from that time. So do you feel like you're going to continue to buy, or you're kind of okay now? If you even feel comfortable talking about such items.
It got way better. It got way worse just since I checked. So you made me check, and I shouldn't have checked.
Oh no!
Damn, that's ugly. Wow.
What is it? Tell me the news.
Oh, I can't even tell. It's so bad.
Oh shit!
Like I said, I try not looking at it when it gets this low. So I would say that no one can be fully sure. Everyone thought the bull market was going to go higher in 2021, quarter 4. The only person actually who predicted that it wasn't going to peak till the end of 2022, and so we're going to wait and see if this guy's right, is a guy named Nicholas Merton. He runs a channel on YouTube called Data Dash.
Yes.
He, for a very long time, we're talking since 2020, he's been predicting that it won't top until quarter 4 2022. He was the only person that I've heard saying that. Almost everyone else was saying quarter 4 2021 was going to be the peak of the market, and then we were going to go down from there. So obviously the 2 trains of thought here would be, we did get the 69,000, and that was our peak, and now we're going to have a huge correction, which we are having a huge correction. And we're going to sit in this trough for, I don't know how much longer, right? Right. We lasted 2 years in the 2018, 2019 bear market. It kind of lasted 2 years. So we're going to sit here for a long time, unfortunately. Or maybe Nicholas Merton is right, and we are going to, have a move back up later this year. For me, I like I said, I haven't sold any Bitcoin ever. I'm in this for the long term. And it doesn't feel good when you're poor like this again. But I am in it for the long term.
Yes, your wealth is down by half, but it's all good. So guys, I'm gonna roll for our winner right now. Oh, Scormelian, friend, you won. Scormelian, send me a DM with your email. I got you, friend. Scormelian, Ben Askren. This is a talented individual. He's a 15-year-old NFT artist. Sick.
Wow.
His pieces are great. I absolutely love him. So Scormelian, I'll send you a DM or you send me a DM. Send me your email. You're literally the best. I'm so happy you won. So, guys, if you don't know, I give away one of these every show, so make sure you come back next time if you didn't win this time. Ben, I know it's been a little bit. I know you have to run soon. I want to ask you, going forward, and I want you to speak from your heart. So, going forward, how do you feel that Bitcoin and crypto is going to inspire you? How do you feel that the space is going to progress? Do you feel us going in a positive direction, a negative direction? Speak from the heart.
From the heart.
From the heart.
Well, I think Bitcoin's the best money that human beings ever created. I think it's kind of unstoppable, like I said before. I don't know how long it's gonna take to get to that point. Obviously, if you would ask me last year, I'm like, shit, we're gonna get there like next year, right? And now we're in this bear market. We're like, oh man, like, is this gonna last 2 years? I don't know how long this is gonna last. Yeah, I think Bitcoin's the best money ever created, and I think we're gonna get to the point where everyone realizes that. I just don't know how long it's gonna take.
I think people are starting to realize, which is we're at a nice point. Like you said, there's so much going on in the world that we need Bitcoin now more than ever. So I'm very excited. I really thank you for coming on the show, guys. I'm dropping one last NFT in here. Thank you guys for coming. There's so many people in the chat. Ben, do you mind if I shout out some of the friends in the chat?
No, have at it.
So we have Randy, Kagi Jan, welcome to the show, Mr. Juicer, Tom Allen, Bitcoiner, Dev MMA. He has diamond hands. Emma with your biscuits. Come on, man. J Mac. We have so many friends here. Tom, thank you guys for coming. Scormelian, our winner, TC. We have Mello in here. We have Tago's Play, Bitcoiner. Much love to Bitcoiner. Please go visit his faucets to grab some free crypto. But yeah, this has been an amazing show. You are so awesome. Oh, and Santino's here. Listen, you guys are amazing. I really thank you guys for coming out. And where can everyone find you? How can people see you in action or find some stuff about you? Where can they find you, Ben?
It's Ben Askren. I'm on Twitter and Instagram. I'm more interactive on Twitter. I really enjoy Twitter. I'm on Instagram. It's okay. I try not to spend too much time there.
Guys, I just put his link to his Twitter and his Instagram, so guys, definitely give him a follow. You are an absolute legend, Ben. You are so smart, and you're always doing great things, and you're a personal coach now. You're a coach now, not a personal coach, but you're a coach for your gym, which is extremely awesome. Do you mind shouting out your gym?
Yeah, we're at Askren Academy. We are in Wisconsin. We have 5 locations.
5 locations in Wisconsin or outside of Wisconsin too?
All 5 are in Wisconsin.
Wow, so if you guys are in Wisconsin and want to be zesty fighters like Ben, then get in there and groove it and work out and pump it up, man. And be as cool as Ben because he's the coolest kid out there. Thank you so much for coming. It was great meeting you in Miami, by the way. It was just such a vibe. So thank you for hanging out with me in Miami. Thank you for hanging out with me here. Guys in the chat, thank you guys so much for joining me today. This was an absolute blast. I will see you guys again this week. I have another show on Friday with another really zesty guest. So come back, hang out with me. If you haven't yet, hit that like, subscribe, and get ready to put on your dancing shoes, guys, because the Miss Teen Crypto Show theme song is coming on right now. Get ready. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Get ready right now. You ready, Ben?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Get ready, guys. And as always, don't forget to stay zesty. Peace.
See ya.
Good morning, crypto Twitter, it's Miss Teen Crypto, spreading crypto with doctors showing its benefits to my generation. Shout out to all my people, Gen Z needs to be included. It's really that simple. We are savage, amazed, both zesty, making money at the same time, spread peace. I feel empty if you don't include Gen Z. Better change the world, so y'all better get ready. Miss Teen Crypto, I'm never backing down. I got a wax account. You should say it out so many. face. They